checks out.
Right.
Okay, that is streaming. Can somebody confirm that's working on YouTube?
It says waiting for Taco Pop for me.
Oh no, that is working. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, it's working now.
Let's see. No, I want to see if I can see chat. Can somebody try just type something random in the YouTube chat, and I'll because I should be able to see it from OBS.
Do you see?
I don't see it here. How do I do that again? Okay, maybe I'll just have to keep it up. How do I do that again?
Welcome
Okay,
to everyone on the Discord.
Yeah, we got Co, George, and to nothing, Sergeant, MQBK00. Welcome everybody. And on YouTube we got Alcoria and 1-0, Sergeant, and yourself, Soren. Welcome everybody. Right. With that, do you want to start sharing and getting into stuff?
Alti can share the first page of the presentation, like 0.1 update one, and we're gonna wait for like minutes or two.
Sure. I'll
Two
share.
more
I'll share
because
my
I just
screen.
posted on Twitter. I know it's. Yeah, just leave it at that for a minute or two, just so we see if someone else joins.
Welcome everybody. Never mind, there is audio on YouTube. Okay, thank God. And I can have this. There we go. That's a good setup. All right, we got people talking here. So many votes. Only 4 people here. Yeah, how many people we got on YouTube? Just 5 people for now. It might.
Oh, but this is nice. We have 8 here, 5 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited to showcase what we've been doing. One for them, it's been 6 months almost.
It has been half of a year. Yeah.
Yeah, damn. It takes a lot of time to do some stuff.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
It's another minute and we can start, I think.
Sure. Hi, Johnny. How's it going? And Moldy. Corp. So just a reminder, we're going to be going into things, but Q&A will be a specific section. So hold questions until we get to that part.
Yeah. Yeah, also, how do I open... Oh, I see. Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna go through the presentation. We tried being professional this time, so let us know if you like this kind of approach for the further live streams. And like I said, we're gonna go through some presentation, and at the end, of course, you're gonna have the questions. So, do you guys think we can start now? Should this be enough time for everyone to join?
Yeah, we got 7 on YouTube. How many do we have in here? It's say 12 people. Is that what I'm seeing? I see 12 next to a camera. I don't know. Oh, 9 in audience. Okay, we got 9 people. Oh, so I guess 12 including us. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we can start. So Alti, you can go to the next slide. So the first thing we're gonna talk about today is gonna be the lore, the official lore of the Excidio. After so much time, we finally got some stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna go one by one things here and explain. And later, if you have some questions, you can ask me. So the first thing I want to tell about here is in universe name for kaijus is going to be deities in this game. So deities are the creatures of the huge size that form from what we call energy. It's a special kind of life force, let's call it, that absorbs and creates the deities. So as you see, its appearance and powers depends of the energy that is absorbed. So if the creature can absorb like different kinds of energy, it's not like just one type. And you will see a bit later when we go to the kaijus that we have or the deities, how each one is influenced by different kind of energy. So far we know of the 3 deities that are formed. We have the Raijin, we have the Stone Titan, and of course our main guy, the Excidio. The energy that they have is used as a fuel. So the more Kaiju uses its power, the more it uses its energy to do the blast, to do the fire attacks. It's basically wasting its energy, and it's being more vulnerable to the damage, to the... Basically, it can then be damaged and hurt. So it's the kind of balance that universe has for those creatures. So it's not just fully unlimited power. Intelligence varies, and you're gonna see again a bit more after when we go to the specific kaiju. And how like that depends on the kaiju. And they can evolve to become stronger, which is one of the big features of this update. That they can evolve, become stronger, more powerful. So we can switch to the next slide. So here we have our minor deities, which are basically just some minor enemies that we have. You can see the height of the stone golems here. They're about 60 meters tall. They're created from the leftover energy of the other deities. So when you have the fight of the two deities, the energy that is left in the surroundings, they would form from that. Like the energy that just stays there, they would form from that. They are made from the material that it kind of looks like a stone, but it's not really stone. It's more of the mix of the stone and energy. So they are like the weakest of the weak. They are minor deities. We can move to the next. And here we have our first like proper deity of our universe. So this is Raijin. He's the deity of fire or deity of rage, however you wanna call him. His height is somewhere between 60 and 70 meters. And we know that he was made after one of the Exidio's rampages in the forest. So once Excidio formed, he destroyed a large part of the forest, killed many animals, many creatures, many plant life, and all that death and fire that was there kind of formed into the creature that we have in front of us. His energy affinity is fire because of all that destruction and everything. And because it's like he was created from all the destruction of the forest, he kind of took of the shape of the animal. So that's where we have that animal-looking ape-like creature. His intelligence is as well as animal-like, so he's kind of more like an ape in intelligence. He can use some tools, he can do some stuff, but he's not exceptional intelligent, like you will see one of our kaijus or deities. And his known evolution is Primal Raijin, which you will have to see by yourself. So what I say by known evolution is it means that they can actually have multiple evolutions. For our game right now, this is what we have, but in lore they can actually evolve to do different things. Next one is our Stone Titan, which is our big guy, the deity of Earth, Earth Father, 150 meters tall, so a lot larger than Raijin. And for him, we are not sure how he properly came to be. Like he looks almost exactly like the Stone Golem, but he's much more powerful, almost double the size. You will see, like, when you fight him in the game, after the rebalance, he's gonna feel, like, formidable. His affinity is, of course, life, the earth. All his powers come from that. He's able to create life. He's able to bend the landscape. So that's his big thing. Like, he's properly, like, connected to the earth. His intelligence is basic, so he's not like the Stone Golems, where he's just zombie, basically, but he's a bit above that. But he's dumber than, let's say, Raijin. And his known evolution is Ancient Titan, which you're gonna see again. We can move on. And now our main guy, Excidio, the deity of destruction. Even his like formation is enough to wipe out whole cities. His height is between 100 and 120 meters. We have no idea how he came to be. He just appeared and started that chain of other kaijus appearing after him. He has affinity to each energy, like if you played the game before, you can see he has different type of like variations, and he can absorb that energy, he can absorb fire, he can affinity to everything. Like it's just a matter of how he wants to form. He's super intelligent, which comes to the play in his like evolution, where he basically adapts some of the human stuff like weapons, and he gets his like armor on. And again, like from the lore perspective, he can do a lot of stuff with his evolutions. All this, like all the lore that we have, is going to be presented in game in the next smaller update, like 0.1.8 probably, where we're going to actually give proper codex.
We lost the live stream.
Oh.
The presentation.
Oh, there it is.
I'm so sorry, my Discord crashed.
That's fine. So yeah, like I said, all that I said now is going to be expanded on the codex in game that we're going to add in the next smaller update. And you're going to see, like if you go to the next slide, we have the anti-deity units, which is going to be the main antagonists, or let's say protagonists, whatever you want to call them. Like they're going to be the guys fighting these kaijus. They are only going to slow them down. Like that's their whole idea. And the codex that we're going to give in the next update is going to be written from the perspective of these guys. I think you guys will love it because it's going to be really based on what they know, what they maybe learned. And this is how we're going to maybe build up the universe of the Excidio. And I think this is all that I wanted to share for the lore now. And like I said, it's going to be expanded much more in some of the next updates. All right, so let's go to the now. Okay, Zach, you can take over this.
Yeah, so we have some combat changes. I think you need to press it. Oh wait, I think that's wrong. Can you click it again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it moved.
Okay. Well, combat changes. Go to the next slide so I can see the
Okay.
actual points. Whoops,
Yeah, like I said, we're trying to be professional.
Trying is the key word there.
Yeah.
So in this update, combat had quite a few upgrades. So for one, enemies now have health bars. Only when you punch them does the health bar show up, like whenever you deal damage. So it just gives you an idea of, how much damage you're doing, how much life they have left, and it really feels a lot more, makes combat feel more encouraging, I would say. And on that note, there's more reactive combat, so enemies, their hurt animations will play more. Like there's kind of a hierarchy where certain attacks will tank the hurt animation, but other attacks will be canceled by it. So it just makes it feel a lot more dynamic and reactive. Raijin, his super attack got a massive upgrade, which puts him a little more on par with the other deities. And then behind the scenes, there was a complete overhaul of how damage works, the damage system. So it's just a lot more reliable, a lot more scalable, and just works better. And there's also been several balance changes. So pretty much all the damage and like energy usage, everything has been updated, cleaned up, and just in a much better state. And then I guess you could go back on the... Oh yeah, okay, you can see here the atmospheric changes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can stay here. So just before I start with atmospheric effects, I want to just say one more thing for the combat. So basically before, the game was not really, let's say, combat focused, so kind of damage was just thrown around, like this does this damage, this does that damage, and we never paid much attention to it because it was not that much of importance, I guess. But with this proper arcade mode now in the game, it had to be balanced, it had to be made so it's functional, so it's not just some random numbers. Mm-hmm. So yeah, atmospheric effect, this is the thing that's been in the game before, if some people remember. And what does that mean? It means like the more the match goes on, the more you fight, the more the traction is happening, the atmosphere is going to reflect that. So it's not going to be bright blue skies all the time. It's going to actually change, it's going to switch and try to make it more atmospheric. And for example, you're gonna see in a second here, like the level. There's three levels of the atmospheric effect. So this would be the first one. As you see, the sky would be a bit. It would get a bit redder, like, and you have to keep in mind, like for example, here the buildings are all complete, but in your gameplay, it would like have buildings destroyed, fires all around, and stuff. So this would be number one, level one. You can go to the next slide. So this would be level 2, where it's even more like gritty, it's a bit more darker. There's like embers in the sky and stuff. It's gonna, yeah, actually kind of like pollution. And then on the third level, we go full hell mode. Like it's totally destroyed, everything is hellish. And like with everything, we're gonna adjust this. Like if you find, guys, this too distracting, we're gonna correct it a bit. But overall, I hope you will like this new feature. It's just there to kind of keep the game feel more alive. Like it's not just you destroying city and city staying completely like unscathed and like clear. Also, next to this, there's also like new decorations on the ground and stuff, and you're gonna see that while you play.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now the map remake. So we remade Polygon fully. We heavily remade the Kaiju Ronto, which Zaki is gonna tell you a bit more about, and the Rio. Of all three of them, like the Polygon is the one that got completely remake. We completely took away all Polygon and completely made it new one. We created all new assets. I would say that almost 90% of the game's assets are all new. Like we are reusing some other stuff, but most of the stuff is completely new. You're gonna see like the cities are much denser. There's more unique looking cities. Like the details. There's gonna be lampposts. There are like traffic lights, bus stops, parks. It's all there like to bring the cities to make them more alive, just so they're not like copy pasted versions of each other. And we're gonna improve on this even more. Like we're gonna add more unique buildings even further on. And the lighting has been tweaked a bit. There's some performance stuff that I did. And overall, it's going to make the game look much, much prettier. Yeah, we can go to the next one. So here is the example of the old building. Like, I want to just show you how much we improved the performance. As you see, the old building has like 6,000 triangles. And if you switch to the new one, like on the next slide, yeah, take a look at this. We went from 6,000 to 180. So that's a huge, huge improvement on the building that now allows us to make those cities much more like dense, much more detailed and stuff. And the thing is, like the old buildings, they were made by me when I had no idea, and the new ones I used help of the eel and as well of Alti, and we created all new buildings. Like everything is much more like performant. It's gonna look better, it's gonna work better. So it's a huge, like for example, you can have like almost 100 buildings for the price of one now. It's a huge like improvement. It's it's a huge. And here you can have a look at some of the cities, like that stuff we made. I'm gonna showcase you just one of the screenshots of each city and leave the exploring to you guys. So this is the new polygon. There are some areas you're gonna have to explore there, but this is the main area of the city, like the downtown area with some suburbs around it. As you see, we have parked cars, we have the traffic lights, we have the lights beside the road, new little houses. I think overall it looks much, much, much better.
Mm-hmm. And on the next slide here is the original concept art for the remake of Polygon. This I worked with our one of our concept artists, Baggin 101, on. So we wanted to completely take the old Polygon and just make it into a completely separate thing. So we came here, we did a more island-looking island as opposed to just like a big circle. And then figured out some like different parts of a city that we'd want. One of the big things, an idea was, actually, can I say? I think it's been in screenshots, but yeah, I'll say, just it's important. There is a nuclear power plant on the map.
Yeah, it's been visible.
Yeah, and that was a really cool thing. So like, there's kind of like some lore ideas where the city is a newly formed like American city. for the purposes of like the nuclear power plant. Like it's all built kind of around that. So there's some kind of cool lore there, and we took this concept. I made a version of the map, and then Zoran decided he wanted to go even crazier with maps. Like this is before he redid all the assets and everything. So then he took over, and he just he took my base and he really built upon it with all the brand new assets and new paint and everything. So yeah, that's Polygon.
Yeah, and I hope you guys are really gonna like it because it really feels like smaller American town with all the suburbs and exploration to go around.
Mm-hmm.
This is the new Rio, but trust me, this does not give you the best idea of how dense this city now is.
Yeah.
I've been struggling to give you a nice like shot what looks nice without showing too much, but once you play it, you're gonna see it is super dense. The forest is like proper jungle now. It's not just few palm trees. It's a proper jungle. There's a proper little villages like favelas. I think it's perfect now. I think it looks really nice, and I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about this.
There was oh wait, could you go back for a second?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. There was one little design thing I wanted to note where the mountains were reworked a bit, where it should feel less frustrating, like less like you're trying to climb a mountain and you go up against an invisible wall. The mountains have been kind of raised and flattened a bit, so you just kind of you go right up against the mountain, and it feels a lot more natural. Yeah, you can go to the next slide now. So Kaiju Ronto, there's a lot here. This map had a lot of unique stuff added. So for one, it's got the train, the tower. Well, the tower was there before, but the train is probably the biggest part. You can kind of see from the screenshot. But then if you go to the next slide, I'll invite up a guest speaker briefly. So we have a lot of concept art here. Now let me invite our concept artist up here, if I know how to do that. Do you guys remember how to do that? How do we invite people?
I have no idea.
Sergeant, I think you can request. Yeah, there we go.
He requested, yeah.
Yeah. That, Joe. Yeah. Welcome, Sergeant. So you can speak a bit on
Okay.
the design process.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Are we
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I was asked to assist with the redesign for Kaiju Ronto. And one of my biggest, I guess, inspirations for this map design was making the map really accurate to what the real city looks like. So I wanted to like have the station, the train tracks, have everything be put in the right positions. I also wanted to like definitely emphasize the more unique elements of the city compared to other cities and get like more dense skyscrapers, more urbanization, get some of the landmarks in. Like the first image with all the billboards is kind of like meant to represent, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's kind of like Times Square, but in Toronto.
Yeah, you can see the name on the concept art you highlighted. It's I always forget the name too. I think it's San Fuca Square. Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, so
And
me and Sergeant
yeah.
worked together on that, and it was a whole process of back and forth and trying to get everything right and accurate, and yeah, that was a great process. Yeah, so once again,
Oh yeah.
thank you, Sergeant, and Sergeant now gets the very special artist role, so you can all be jealous of that for having gotten some art into the game, and yeah, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Right. No, I think you have to leave yourself. I have no idea.
I don't know how to. Oh, there we go.
There, okay. Yeah. All right.
All right, so the arcade mode revamp. So completely took what we had and completely remade to make it like proper like gameplay mode. I would even maybe go and say this is the new maybe main mode, if I can say so, because this is where most balancing was focused on. So new wave based system. So yeah, the system is before you had like you would kill the enemies, they would you would wait for the new ones to respawn and so on. This new wave is based completely on like the enemies are gonna keep coming at you. If you do not manage to kill them in time, there's gonna come a new round and a new round. And you are doomed to fail. You will fail. Do not expect to go far into the first couple of gameplays. But as you go, you're gonna level up, you're gonna become stronger, and you're gonna come back and kill more of them. They might eventually defeat you, but you will come back again. Stronger, more powerful. What does mean? Like, if you remember in older game versions, you would have the level up screen, but it would only be for that one single game. This time, we take that and it's saved. And as it's saved, you will save that for the next round. So if you level up your energy to, for example, level 10, next time you go to play, it's going to start at level 10. You will see, you will have to balance. You won't just be able to like completely like focus on like single like aspect. Or for example, I used to just fully focus on energy in older version, but in this new version, you are gonna die. Like I said, the military is more powerful. It's gonna do more damage to you, but you will evolve. You will become stronger, and as you evolve, you will also change visually. For me personally, just stats changes never do much for me. I don't like that. I like to be visually able to see how my kaiju has like evolved, became stronger. So you will see each of our 3 kaijus now has evolved versions, where as you play, they will slowly gain pieces of different look on them. Like for example, Excidio will start gaining some parts of armor. The Raijin is gonna get his mutations. His bones are gonna grow new ones. And for our Titan, he's gonna become older and older. Like you will see new vines that slowly appear and stuff like that. So this is like the whole new like thing for this arcade mode. Like I said, the visual look is gonna be tied to the strength of your character. In next 0.8.1, we're gonna add the toggle for the sandbox mode. For now, you're gonna just carry over your leveled up kaiju, evolved kaiju for the sandbox as well. But we're gonna add toggle for that for sandbox to keep the sandbox like really sandbox. Is there something else I would say here? No, that's yeah. I would say the new AI for the army right now. Before army would just be dumb. They would come to you, fire if they can hit you. With the new AI, they are actually gonna check if they can hit you. If they can, they're gonna move to the better position. The artillery is gonna try to set them up really nice to try and get a full barrage onto you. The tanks are gonna move around you, try to get you damaged. The helicopters are gonna fly by, attack you, then try to back up if you try to go for them. So it's gonna make it much more like dynamic. And for the golems, like the little stone golems, before they would all just go on you. Like if you are fighting 5 golems, they would all surround you, and I hated how that looked. So now this may sound a bit easy, but trust me, once you start playing, you're gonna see it's not as easy as it seems. Now the golems are gonna attack you one by one. So they're gonna march around you. As soon as you get one done, they're gonna go. Next one is gonna attack you. This is to make the combat feel normal, like so it doesn't feel like you're just getting surrounded and being stand-locked, so you cannot do anything. And yeah, this is I think all that. Zach, if you have something to add.
Yeah, just one thing of note I wanted to bring up, the inspirations for this mode. Like I hope you'll notice a lot of Vampire Survivors kind of infused into here, even more so than before. So those that enjoy that genre or that game in particular should really enjoy this this mode.
Yeah, so it's basically the standard roguelite, I would say.
Yeah.
I really hope you guys will like this because a lot of time has gone into this, creating all new waves and all. So yeah, I think that's all that I would say for this. It's up to you to discover and see. If you go to the next slide, you're gonna see the evolution of Excidio. So this is how he would start, and on the right is how his final level would look. It's like I said, it's meant to represent him getting stronger, and his intelligence is where he would like basically just see humans use armor stuff, so he would try to replicate that. He gave himself a big energy blade that he can use to slash people and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is your level 1 deity versus a level 100 deity for you here.
Yeah. And one more thing for this mode, of course, we are a really small team of like just few people. So to balance this, it's not possible. So we're gonna heavily rely on your feedback for this to give us the idea of how the balance is, or is it too slow, too fast. So we're gonna be looking for that. And one more thing, the achievements for this mod is gonna come as soon as some hot fixes come up, because I don't want people to find some cheat now and get to level 100 easily. So we're gonna wait like a bit of time to fix up stuff if something pops up, and then we're gonna give you a bunch of achievements for this mode. So yeah, you can go next. Zach, you can talk about this maybe?
Oh, we forgot the pictures. Oh no. Okay. We have one skin for each of the characters that didn't have skin. So Raijin and Gollum. You know what? I guess the skins, you'll just have to see them for yourselves then. But they're very cool. They're some unique models, and they're very fun.
Yeah, you discover some stuff. We don't want to showcase anything too much.
Yeah.
So this is the new traffic system we created for the game. So before, the cars would just randomly go all over. But this time, now we created the spline system where the cars would actually follow the roads and try to behave normally. It's still not perfect. It's been a bit of like time sprint to get this update out, but we're gonna adjust it a bit more, hear your feedback, and work from there. So, but basically, this is gonna create the traffic that's much more like normal traffic. They're gonna turn like normally, not just go all over the place. And with this, we also were able to create the roads that are not squared. You will see that in the Rio map, I think the most, where there is a road through the hills, and the cars are gonna go follow it and use it. And in Polygon as well, where there is a huge highway going around the city. So this is the full change log, like more reactive combat, health bars, damage rebalance, remade maps, remade arcade mode, persistent level up, deities evolution, new AI, new traffic, new atmospheric effect, more options in graphics menu, almost all new assets, Raijin Golem skins. New, yeah, we forgot to tell this in combat, but Raijin got his new super attack. Or did you, Zach, mention it? I
That
forgot.
was there. Yeah, that was there.
Yeah, you mentioned it, yeah. There's some new VFX and texture effects, like when you hit something explosion, it's gonna leave the impression on the ground. So after a lot of fighting, you're gonna see the ground be like dark from all the damage.
And then,
So you can go to the next one. So in due time, we also switched the engine version from 4.26 to 4.27. We actually had a pretty big bug that we had to solve by switching versions. It's been a real mess, but we kind of handled it. And yeah, I would like to say a bit more about this possible modding support by organizing the data better. Before the data for the game was all around the place, I was not really experienced in Unreal when I started working on this game. So the stuff was just kind of made whatever I found working at that time. But now I went back and I actually reorganized everything, made it much better. So now I think modding would be much better. So if anyone wants to try, I would be glad to help and see if we can make it work.
Yeah, I think especially
remade house
skins, the skin, how they were remade would help with mod support.
Yeah. Basically, the now skins are just one big database, and I think from what I know from modding other games, is you can now just take that database, switch stuff in it, and it's gonna apply to the game. New materials, like I said, yeah, for the buildings, for the stuff, upgrades to destruction, it's gonna feel much better now, more responsive, I think, less buggy, I can say, and of course, yeah, a lot of bug fixes. So yeah, Q&A. We can go into the questions now, unless Zach has something to add.
Well, I was just gonna say, did we want to switch to gameplay first?
Yeah, let's show gameplay and then we can go into the Q&A. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to try this. I really hope you will like it.
Okay. So you can see there a slight update in the UI where it shows your stats. Yeah, your Kaiju level and your health and everything. So it kind of shows your progress. Oh, you played a lot more Raijin, I see.
Yeah, and here we can see a bit of city now.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, it's huge. Like the size is huge now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super happy how the maps are looking now.
Yeah, it's been just such a massive upgrade. If you guys can compare to how it used to look, it's really night and day.
We switched a lot of VFX that was kind of before cool, but like I said, for this game, for this mode, it can be abstracting. So a lot of FX is toned down, like still keeping it so it's atmospheric, but a bit toned down, that you can actually see what's happening. And we adjusted the scale of everything in game a lot more, so it's all more to the lore now with scale, except for maybe like the military units where they have to just be a bit bigger, because we do not want them to be like hard to see. You have to be able to notice them. So the military units are a bit of the scale, and I guess we can even explain that in lore by saying that they are bigger because they are not normally military units, but like specially made for the deities.
Yeah. Yeah, the traffic is really huge.
There is also the thing where now the helicopters are using the seeking missiles, so they will, if they miss you, the missile might turn around and go to try to hit you. It's not 100% chance to hit you, but it can happen.
Oh, I think we forgot to say that I don't remember seeing it where the sprint has been changed, where it's a toggle sprint now rather than a hold sprint. So
Yeah.
it won't hurt your hands anymore.
Yeah, and the sprint is gonna get a rework in next minor update.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how it's working now. I didn't do it nicely. It can kind of bug out easily, so that's gonna be the thing that's gonna be switched.
Mm-hmm. Probably the 0.1.
Yeah.
You can really see the atmospheric changes as well here.
Yeah, coming into play.
And a big difference also in the arcade mode that you should be able to notice is golems aren't just spawning on wave 1 anymore. They take a little bit more time, so you need to fight the military for a little longer.
Yeah, they come in later, but they are also stronger. Like I said, the balance is switched. Like the Raijin and Titan, when they come into your play, they're gonna feel like a boss battle.
Yeah, they really are. They've stopped me many times.
Yeah, the distraction has been like tweaked a lot to make it feel much better, to make it prone to be less buggy. But like when you're dealing with physics, I guess you can never be 100% clear from the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
But should feel much better. Like the debris will move more now. It will stay a bit longer. And like I said, the amount of like how much more performant new buildings are, we can adjust the simulation of the buildings to be a bit better.
Oh, and I don't think we talked about respawning buildings at all, did we?
Oh yeah, we didn't, but yeah, after some time the buildings will respawn. Like the oldest building you destroyed will gonna get respawned after some time, and it's gonna go by that order. So the city doesn't go and feel just empty.
Yeah.
Again, this is something for the sandbox that's gonna be able to tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But for arcade,
really
it's like important.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the arcade, it's important to have it. Because you can use buildings to block attacks, you can use buildings to maneuver. The buildings will also spawn you the pickups, which I think we're gonna nerf really quickly after this.
They do very
Watching
much
this,
do.
yeah, they show up too much, so that's gonna get nerfed.
It's crazy in Toronto, especially. Like it's a little insane.
Yeah. Also, I feel like the atmospheric effects are still too kind of too quick. So I would like to hear from you guys what you think about that. Yeah, you can see here how much the golem is more powerful. Like you cannot just burst him in one laser attack.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were able to just burst him open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the health bar is looking really good here as well. It really kind of shows you the progress. Because I felt, especially when you were fighting like Titan, I felt like discouraged halfway through the fight because I just don't know if I'm doing damage. So the health bar was like really necessary, I think.
Yeah. We can show a bit of Rhea, sure. Or maybe we leave it for you guys to explore. It's gonna come in your hands like pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we can.
Yeah, you can see the atmospheric effects now. What do you guys think about the atmospheric effects? Yeah, out yet half a health now, getting
Almost
attacked
dead.
by titans, golems.
Attack on Titans. I think. Do you want to start on a Q&A? Kind of open the floor here while she plays.
Yeah, you can guys start asking questions.
Yeah. Yeah, the combat is super satisfying to watch now.
Yeah.
So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. But if not, in just a few minutes, then we'll move on to the last part of the presentation.
Yeah, let's wait a minute or two. See, N2 has something to say.
Oh, he wants to come up and speak. All right. I think I did it. Yeah. Welcome into.
Yo. Yeah, welcome. There, I forgot to wait. I know it again. So, is the next update, the next bigger one, gonna be like a new map? Like,
Yeah. So kind of what's next? We are gonna go into that. So
all right.
Yeah, so then the next little one will be kind of a bunch of little balance changes and stuff. But yeah, the next couple updates will be, well, I guess we could just kind of start that presentation bit shortly here, so we can kind of.
Yeah, I would just wait till
Yeah.
that's done. Then yeah. Where do I leave?
I know. It's a little
Can you?
I don't think I can mute you. I think you gotta go yourself. There we go. Figured it out. Yeah. All right. So do you want to transfer to the next steps here, and you guys, and if you continue asking questions, if anybody has any, and we'll just.
Yeah, if anyone has questions, feel free to ask.
Mm-hmm. All right. Alto, do you want to switch to the back to the presentation?
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, there goes
Oh, there we go.
Excidio.
You died anyway. Perfect timing. Is that a new? I think that's a new death animation as well, right? That's
Yeah.
for the update. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some new animations, I think.
Yes. That's the new one I made. Alright. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so no questions. No one has questions for the lore, for the stuff. Nothing.
No, maybe it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, yes.
All right. I guess you could go to the what's next. So I'll say we have. So what's next is, of course, this will be over the course of 2 big updates. 0.9 and 0.1 or 1.0. So there's going to be an Excidio AI, of course. 3 new maps will be coming. More skins, cheat menu, codex menu, and new achievements. That's pretty much everything that we have set in stone. But of course, more you know, other stuff could happen. We're not 100% on that just yet.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like always, like we like to keep it mixed.
Hmm. Yeah, and lore you'll hear even more about the codex.
Yeah,
And on that, I guess the when we were reading out the deity stuff on them, that's all from the perspective of the military. So that's why like some things are like unknown.
yeah,
We'll talk.
AntiDe units basically. Yeah. So, like I said in Codex, we're gonna go into the each kaiju specifically about their attacks, how powerful they are, what's their personality and stuff like that. But for now, this is just like overall, like just brief overview of how universe works and what is in this universe.
Hmm. Oh, I don't even know what to call you. It's a scream emoji for his name. You missed everything. We went through the whole thing. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you could go over the changelog one more time, I guess. Give him a brief. You could see there's like a lot of stuff. You missed everything, yeah. Um, so yeah, you guys, if you have any more questions, go ahead. But if not, we will get to uploading the update. It is also to note there was no trailer this time. It's going to be a little bit late, but there will be a trailer for this update coming in like the next few days, probably. Upload the update, man. Yeah, no, we'll just about. Um, all right. Zoran, or do we have any other notes or anything to say?
No, this is for now. Like basically, like I said, we are gonna depend a lot on the balance for this to hear from you guys, because like I said, we are a small team. We can only play through so much, like and find stuff. So like before, like we're gonna wait for the feedback for the achievements. They are coming for this arcade mode. There's gonna be a bunch of them, but we're gonna wait for the first some balance changes. So it's not like it's easier to add achievements later than to take them away from you if something bugs out. So this is the better route, I feel. So they feel earned, not cheated.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it. So for the next smaller update 0.1 0.8.1, we are getting the codex. We are doing some updates, some balance changes, I think, some bug fixes. So this one is gonna be rather quickly, and then 0.9 is gonna have some maps, some skins, but they should not be like they should go quickly now.
It
This
won't be
was
6
the
months.
largest we had. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all good. Doesn't seem we have any questions from the audience. So if that's the case, I think we'll get to uploading the update. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yep,
So
I guess we're good. All right.
if there's no questions, so yeah, we can go to that part.
All right.
Thank you everyone who was with us, who watched this, who support us, and I hope you like this. Please leave feedback so we know where to go next.
Yeah. And I will say in a little bit in the server in like maybe about an hour or so. I don't remember the exact time you said. We're going to a couple people are going to be playing Excidio in the voice channel, so you can join us and just watch us play for a bit. So yeah, be sure to come for that if you can. And yeah, so
Yeah.
we will see you guys soon. Everybody have a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.